can do this the most safest way possible. And hi everyone, welcome back to the Simply Driving YouTube channel. My name is André. I will not translate my name from now on because my Portuguese fellow friends and subscribers got a bit upset with me translating my name. So it's pronounced André to my fellow foreign followers. So behind me I have a BMW M2 Competition in Hockenheim Silver. This is the car that started it all on my Portuguese channels. I thought that I would give it a try on my English channel, and it's a car that we all know, but stay with me, let's have some fun today with the BMW M2 Competition. So here with us today we have the BMW M2 Competition. In this case we have, or like some people pronounce it in Portugal, M2 Competition. So keep in mind, my foreign followers, Competition is the new way to say BMW M2 Competition. This is a car that came out now in 2017, if I'm not mistaken. And from 2017 and beyond, it became one of the best sellers from BMW. It's a car that we see if you live in a nice city or nice country. This is a car that you see every single day. It looks like it's a car that came straight out of some cereal boxes. I tend to be a bit harsh on the car, but to be honest, I really like the car. I really enjoy it. Some people in Portugal got a little bit upset when I said that this is not the best BMW ever. I'm sorry. I know that Chris Harris has one, but that's a good point, but it's not the only point. And to be reasonable, in my opinion, my favorite car, my favorite sports BMW M that came out with the S55 engine is the F80 M3. Still, we have a short wheelbase coupe from BMW M. We have a BMW M differential. In this case, we have the car, I'll show you. In this case, we have the car with the BMW 4-pot M brake system. 4-pot at the front, 2-pot at the back. We saw this braking system being introduced in the BMW M3 and the BMW M4, and they had the option of carbon ceramic brakes. In the case of the BMW M2, we only had the option of carbon ceramic brakes on the BMW M2 CS, and we have an option of M Performance brake calipers with 6-pot, which are the grey ones that come standard in the BMW M2 CS, painted in red, if I'm not mistaken. Still, this is the first time BMWs came with real brakes. If you follow the channel, you probably know that I've been a couple of times on the E92 M3, and I need to tell you this, because the car at the moment is like the M2 Competition, extremely hyped, and everything online says that the car is a God tire level car, which is not. This is not a God tire level car. Still has much better brakes, for example, than the E92 M3, which is not a God tire level car as well. The brakes from all M division cars until this generation of cars were completely crap. Suspension is crap as well. On the BMW M2 Competition, we don't have adaptive suspension. Still, it has a nice setup from factory. This is a full stock BMW M2 Competition, which is the most, let's say, fair way to test it. So let's go out on track. Forgive me, sorry. Let's go out on. No, keep all things in mind that you know about the BMW M2 Competition. If we open here the bonnet or the hood, it depends what type of English have you learned, but deixa-me abrir isto. Just to remember you all, we have a stock S55 engine from BMW M. We have a carbon strut bar at the front that BMW ditched now on the G80, G82 generation, because the M4 and the M3 had this strut bar as well in carbon, which is a shame. Also, something that is really common on BMW owners, we have Cabron's fibers everywhere. We have, in this case, it's not a fake carbon fiber lip. Mostly BMW owners tend to do this sort of mods on their cars. So we have a carbon front lip, we have a carbon rear lip, we have a carbon diffuser with some blades on the side that probably provide infinite downforce. And we have fake BMW M Performance tips, which is something that is really common on BMW drivers as well. So please, stop adding carbon fiber to your cars and let's have some fun. So we start right on the BMW M2. We have a red button, and if we have something in red, it means we are in a race car. And this is a car with competition in his name, and if it has competition in his name, it's probably a race car. And something which annoys me a lot on the M2, I'll show it to you right now. We have here the, is it still called the iDrive system? Mm-hmm. Okay, it's still called the iDrive system, and we go to the menu. And if we check my vehicle, we have a 218D diesel car instead of the BMW M2. And I'll show you my pocket. We have an ordinary key that probably belongs to the 218 diesel 1 model, just like the key from the BMW M. So all jokes aside, I don't have my seatbelt on. I need to set an example. So here we have with us a seatbelt with M stripes. This is extremely important. It's extremely important to have M stripes everywhere. So we have M stripes at the seatbelt. We have M stitching on the steering wheel. We need aircon. We have M colors on the air. No, I'm just making jokes. But we still have M logos here. We have M2 here. We have M everywhere except on my vehicle stats. Here we have a diesel model. We have the DSC off. We have a closed road ahead of us. So let's have some fun. And so we are back behind the wheel of the BMW M2 Competition, and straight on I remember how much I dislike the steering from the BMW M2. It's an electronic steering like in tons of other cars, but I don't know why this steering gives us zero feedback from what's happening on the road, although it's a pretty direct one and we know how to position the car with it. The feedback doesn't exist, so it's a bit strange, and we need to get used to it. Mainly me, because the car that I've been driving for the whole morning has been a Lotus, and now I'm behind the BMW M2. So two totally different cars. One has tons of lift off oversteer, no weight at the front. Here we have the S55 at the front, and the front end of the BMW M2 has nice grip into it. This is a car with a much happier tail. It's a car that tends to drift and slide everywhere. It's a short wheelbase, not as planted, for example, as the BMW, the M3 F80, which is the one that I like the most. Still, it's a great car. It's a car with good brakes, not as good as the M Performance, if we had the M Performance brake calipers, the grey ones. Still, we have real brakes for the first time on a BMW M. Well, for the first time in 2017. Now it's something that we are used to and expect from BMW, is to have good brakes. Still, we have tons of torque. We can have a chill drive. We are just going through third and fourth. The car has tons of torque. There's no need to be full send, driving it full send all of the time. And let's get used to it. Usually I've been driving these cars on some, this car sends us blinkers. Let's see if it's something on the road or authorities. If there is any sort of authority here, I'm not the one driving, it's the albino kid from Senegal. So now that you guys are... Wow, BMW handbrakes. I accept on my old E36 that someone buys for 2,000 euros. I accept that the handbrake doesn't work, but still 20 years later it's still a problem for BMW. Handbrakes never work. So now everyone's riding on the wrong side of the road. Maybe we got out of Senegal and we are in the UK now, but now if I was a BMW M fuckboy with a turbo engine, you can probably see my feet, I'm not sure. Still, everyone tends to brake boost it a little bit, take the foot off the brake, then brakes again to do an expensive burnout and ruin the tires. It's not my type of drive, so still, let's have some fun. We have tons of power and torque between the 3000 RPM and the 5000 RPM. We can clearly have a cool and fun spirited drive with the car. So let's just enjoy these back roads, push a little bit from the car, have some fun. There's some traffic ahead, so we need to be careful. We have tons of grip at the front. The car is riding on some Falcon tires. I never try them. Usually I always drive the cars on some Michelins. The car tends to try and come out, but we have tons of grip on it. We brake, we can keep the third gear and now accelerate, switch into fourth, and we're having fun. We're having a blast. We are going quick, but we're not on the limit. It's something that we can appreciate. It's a car that doesn't need to be driven on the limit to have fun. So now let's start going uphill, still on the same road of Senegal. and we need to be careful, because I'm not sure if you know, but there's a Portuguese expression which is escorregar em azeite, and escorregar em azeite means sliding on olive oil. So we need to be careful, because we have tons of carbon fiber extras on the car, lips and everything, so we need to be careful with the olive oil being spilled on track. I keep calling the road a track. Ah, someone's calling me. Here, a fast car. So are we even allowed to say bad things about the BMW M2? Because the community tends to defend the car at all costs, sliding all four wheels, full throttle, and we jumped. Welcome to the Nürburgring, guys. We're jumping out on the cars now. So we're still here, having fun, enjoying the low end torque from the car. We can have fun without being pushing at 100%. And we have some tight hairpins here. Shift down into third, shift down here into second. Let's try and do this the most safest way possible, and this one was fun. So wrapping everything up, can we really say bad things about the BMW M2 Competition? Because like I've said, it's the more twitchy and nervous short wheelbase model, but still is the car that can set impressive times on track. It's the car that is extremely fast, easy to tune, to put it up doing like 500 horsepower. There's no issues doing that. The car is reliable. We can take the car to work. The car is comfortable, even though we don't have the adaptive suspension. We only have that on the M2 CS. The car is extremely comfortable, in my opinion. It's a car that we can take on some back roads, and now it's time to head back, and we have some clear space, and we can just push second gear and do this. So, iPhone update, random add up to the video. I'm not in drive, sorry. We have a E92 with us. So no more of a review, more of some stupid stuff probably. So let's press the M2 button that has configured everything off basically. And well, let's catch up with the E92. Let's open up the window also. So we all know when we say that turbo cars sound like a vacuum cleaner. I don't fully agree with that, but well, the E92 will be a better car to listen up to. It was a nice downshift. Quick turnaround of events. We're on the highway. We are with the M3, and we have, supposedly these cars come with 410 horsepower. We all know that if we take them to the dyno, they'll do something close to 420, 430. Still, the E92 behind us is somewhere close to that as well, 420, 430 horsepower. sound of this. Well, small extra for the video. Now we can really say bye. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, press the like button, subscribe. See you on the next one. Bye.